going. This is why I delete the file. On it, oh. I'm on YouTube. All right, there we go. One last. All right, I think that everything. First story of the week. Florida woman arrested after selling her neighbor's pickup truck for $300. Okay. A Florida woman found herself behind bars after deciding to sell her neighbor's Ford F-150 to a local scrapyard. According to the police, Rosalie Baker, 55 of St. Petersburg, called a local recycling company to make the deal and completed a cancellation of the title of her neighbor's truck as well as a completed bill of sale for $300. Problem being that Baker didn't own the truck. Police say the truck was towed to a local scrapyard but was soon reported stolen by the rightful owner, and the sale of the truck was easily traced back to her. Baker faces charges of grand theft and a felony charge of false verification of ownership. I feel like she's also got a civil suit coming from the scrapyard. Woo! But I could be wrong. Who knows? Good comments. Title seems. Don't do drugs, kids. I don't even know what that has to do with anything, but yes. And some guy bitching about the ridge. Okay, moving. Boy, that escalated quickly. Florida mom pulls giant python out of car wearing flip-flops and an apron. Viral video has shown the moment a Florida mom bravely pulled a huge python out of her car while casually dressed in an apron and flip-flop. Mike Kimmel, who goes by the social media handle of Trapper Mike, shared this moment to a TikTok account earlier this week with the caption Thanksgiving in Florida. Video, which racked up more than 2.6 million views in 4 days, Kimmel's mother is her whole body weight to pull a giant snake out the back of a parked car, and Kimmel comes to aid her by threatening the snake, whose head is poking out of one of the rear windows back through the. Okay, so it's not as fun as I was hoping. I thought she pulled it out to threaten somebody, because. Come on. Threatening to throw a snake at someone's pretty funny. Let's be honest. Their joint effort proved successful, and the snake was freed, sending the woman back afterwards as it recoiled. Nice job, Mom, said Kimmel. He was less lucky, however. An off-camera voice could be heard asking, Mike, you just got bit. What are you doing? But Kimmel is far from an amateur, as demonstrated by the content of his account at Python Cowboy. He regularly hunts and catches invasive species in the Everglades. The video can also be seen full here. Last week, in Florida, there is growing concern over how Burmese pythons are spreading across the state, and last week, the invasive species was officially sighted in the north of Florida after years of speculation, meaning the population is likely growing. We finally unhappily sighted a Burmese python in the interior of the refuge. Frank Mazzotti, a University of Florida wildlife professor and head of the Croc Docs research in Lauderdale, told the Palm Beach Post. Pythons are not native to Florida and were brought to the U.S. in the 1980s as exotic pets. The state allowed people to remove and mainly kill the pythons on private land. Removal agency bounties for every snake euthanized designated. Florida snake problem was mentioned by many TikTokers commenting on Kimmel's video wrote, one user wrote, Minnesota isn't so bad anymore. Is it though? Is it? God. Not all Sunshine State residents are as brave as Kimmel's mom. One commenter posted, I live in Florida and that would have been a hard pass for me. They keep the house, the car, everything. Another TikToker asked, can we please applaud this queen for pulling the giant snake in flip-flops in her apron? In September, a Florida man went viral for his casual encounter with an alligator. Eugene Bozzi, an Army veteran from Philadelphia, was dubbed a hero online after he filmed using a trash bin to catch the animal in his front yard, all while wearing slacks. Hi, Tucker Carlson. Let's see if we refresh the page if we can get the action. Nope, that's an Australian thing. How the heck does a python wear flip-flops? Why would it need an apron? I mean, that's a good question. It's a very good. Alright. Pinky, are you pondering what I'm oh, that's not that voice at all. Fuck, I haven't seen Pinky in the brain forever. Okay, yeah, is everyone commenting on how poorly the title was phrased? I don't even know what this guy's on about. I think he's quoting Sog. Okay, I misread the title at first. I read sitting is shitting, and I was very concerned. Florida woman accused of walking into home, undressing, then hugging and sitting on people. Pretty sure I've seen that anime, actually. Citrus County, Florida. A Florida woman was arrested Sunday after police say she walked into a Citrus County home and undressed herself before hugging and sitting on multiple people, including several who were 65 years or older. Police say 35-year-old Heather Cruz of Dunellen walked into the Citrus County home through a side door. Once inside, she removed her clothing and exposed her genitals before she grabbed and hugged the homeowner, according to police. When Cruz was told to stop, documents say she sat on the lap of two other residents while naked, saying, "You like it," to one of the victims. Police say two of the home documents had attempted to remove Cruz and escorted her to the front door. At the time still nude, Cruz reportedly grabbed the testicles of another individual and made several sexual remarks. When the police arrived, Cruz was ordered to put on a shirt but was accused of resisting officers. Cruz was then handcuffed and placed in the rear of a patrol car where officers attempted to close the door. They say Cruz kicked an officer in the chest. More officers arrived and Cruz was moved to another squad car before she allegedly kicked a second officer in the chest. Cruz now faces 3 counts of battery on a person 65 years of age or older, 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, and 1 count of resisting threat, an officer with violence, burglary with battery, exposure of sexual organs, and battery. Cruz was transported to the Citrus County Detention Center and held on $48,000 in bond. 4 out of 10? Wouldn't say no. The mental illness, drugs, or psychotic break? Woo! You decide. Episode of Method this stripper goes into the wrong house. I live in Florida, so I unlocked the front door and moved my chair closer. Now I wait. I mean, guy gets it. She gonna bill them for the stripper service? Imagine getting that invoice. I wouldn't even question it who ordered me a hooker. Never look a gift hoe in the mouth. Yeah, you don't want to see her meth teeth. Trust me. Really don't. Hold on. Just wait till the situation comes. Woo! Look, but don't touch the biological hazards such as STDs. This might also end up being a honey trap used by those in espionage. Those are 100% off on Black Friday. Oh yeah, that it was yesterday. Swear to God, I've seen this woman before in another mugshot doing something else crazy and probably drug fueled. What did Methany do this time? Usually that's 500 an hour. This is gonna be really funny if this turns up later. Pinellas County man swings machete at Pier 60 employee when told bathrooms were closed. Pinellas County, Florida. A Largo man was arrested Tuesday after he allegedly used a machete to threaten Pier 60 employees when told the bathrooms were closed. Documents show that Thomas Clements, 64 of Largo, was at a Pier 60 store in Pinellas County when he began to yell profanities at the store workers. An arrest affidavit claims or says Clement began yelling after employees told him the bathrooms were closed. Clement, seated in a wheelchair, then pulled out a 12-inch machete before waving it around as he threatened employees. Several minutes later, Clement was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. Bond was set at $250. Documents show alcohol may have played an influence in Clement's actions. This man was 64 and in a wheelchair. Why the fuck did he have a machete? I don't even know what a Pier 60 is. I'm just confused. Read that one last week. Florida man hits woman with sock full of rocks during a robbery. Miami Beach, Florida. A Florida man is accused of striking a woman with a sock full of rocks to steal her purse Monday, authorities report. Okay, so word of advice. Get a $5 bill. Actually, no, I think you'd need a 20 for this. Go to the nearest bank and ask for a roll of quarters. Empty out. Get as many as you can for the 20. Put that shit in a sock. Trust me, it hits a lot harder than rocks. I should probably not be giving this advice to people. But fuck it. Ricky Mills, 28. Jesus Christ, this man is 28. Look at this guy. What part of this guy looks 28? I would have guessed 38. Especially with that face. That's just the face of a man who really, really isn't surprised about what happened in his life. I mean, seriously, that's just the most done with it expression I've ever seen. Second. Arrested on early Tuesday and charged with armed robbery and aggravated battery, according to the Miami-Dade County online booking records. He was also on probation for disorderly conduct at an establishment record show. The woman told police she was waiting for an Uber driver around 4:45 p.m. EST. Well, I mean, I don't get why you have to specify that. There's only 2 time zones in Florida, and trust me, no one worth a damn lives in the part of Florida that uses Central Standard, because I think that's like west of Pensacola. Maybe Pensacola is on Central Standard, but I know it's mostly just the very far end of the Panhandle. Okay, no, Pensacola is an hour behind. All right, all I needed. According to the woman, Williams attempted to grab her purse, in which she resisted. William allegedly struck the victim multiple times throughout her body with a sock filled with rocks or a hard object. Williams was able to flee the scene with the woman's purse, which contained $400. With the help of surveillance video, police were able to identify Williams and arrested him Tuesday. According to the arrest report, Williams told the police he had been drinking Monday and did not remember the attack. Bruh. Hold on. Oh, he was arrested early Tuesday, so never mind. They were looking for him throughout the night. Well, you missed the world's greatest strippergram because we are already at a strippergram. For an arrest report, Williams told the police he'd been funding it. But he remains in the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center in Miami. Bail was set at 30 grand according to our online booking reports. All right, hold on. I need to do a bit of math real quick. So he stole $400 from a per. Let's subdivide 30K by 400. See how many purses he had to steal. I think that would be 75, give or take. 75 on the dot. Hell yeah, I'm good at math. Yeah, he's only got to assault and rob 74 more women without getting caught. Good luck, good sir. You're gonna need... Wait a minute. I see those eyes. He's not bored. He's on drugs. Or still drunk. Probably still drunk, actually. I'm sure they could have come up with something crazy. They just tried a little harder. Check this out. Florida man flushes baby alligator down the toilet and floods the first floor when it gets stuck. Gets $500,000 in insurance money. Spends it all on a strip club on a dust bender. I saw an actual one about a Florida man who threw a live alligator into a Wendy's drive-thru window. Fun fact, if you throw an alligator at someone, it's considered assault with a deadly weapon. And endangering, and, I don't remember the exact name of the charge, but putting an endangered species in danger. Homies don't play like that. Homie the clown. Rock'em Sock'em Robbers. Okay. That's pretty good. Can't be true. There are no rocks in Florida. It's just sand. Bruh. Does this man not realize that sand is just billions upon billions of tiny rocks? Really? Okay. So, normally, I would avoid these kind of stories. But look at that fucking headline. Give me a minute. I have a prop for this. I have an actual physical prop for this. Sorry about that. Took me a minute to find it. I actually own a physical copy of Jesus Christ Superstar. I think this is the original one at that. This thing is fucking... I dug it out of a pawn shop. It's so old, it doesn't even have a fucking barcode on it. Good job, Judas. Now I need to meet this man and ask him to sign this, because it'd be really funny. But here's the big but. I'm not breaking into a federal prison to get that autograph. And by the time he gets out, it won't be as funny anymore. A Broadway actor currently playing Judas in a traveling production of Jesus Christ Superstar was arrested Tuesday on charges related to the January 6th attack on the Capitol authorities. James Beeks, 49 of Orlando, is charged with obstruction of Congress, which is a felony. Shouldn't be. Seriously, if obstruction of Congress was a felony, then every single person in that fucking building should be arrested. That fuck Congress. Felony. Unlawfully entering a restricted building or grounds, a misdemeanor, according to a statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia. Beeks is an affiliate of the Oath Keeper who joined up with some members of the anti-government organization on January 6th and marched in a stacked formation, stormed into the Capitol. I forget, are the Oath Keepers one of those white supremacist groups, or groups that get called white supremacists but actually aren't? They're just kind of pro-cop. That's very clearly not a white guy. Or am I thinking of the Proud Boys? I don't. Beeks was part of a mob of people, including some who attacked law enforcement, as a statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office. I mean, just because he was part of that group doesn't mean he was the one who attacked the cops. You're going to have to prove that in a court of law, and saying it like that is just kind of going to predispose any potential juror to a guilty verdict. I'd have said that. While most of the people in the group wore camouflage combat attire, helmets, and clothing with Oathkeeper logos and insignias, Beeks was wearing a Michael Jackson bad World Tour jacket and carried a homemade shield, according to the arrest warrant, which includes photos of Beek at the Capitol. Of all the fucking tours, it had to be bad. Fucking really? Fuck off. Oh, you couldn't write this shit if you tried. Beeks told another suspect that he had recently joined the Oath Keepers, the arrest warrant said. He paid his dues to the far-right organization in December of late last year. I mean, hey, points for Broadway actors being in far-right political groups? That's like the last place I'd expect them to pop up. Let's be honest. It's fucking Broadway, for God's sake. Beeks, Warren said, is performing the traveling 50th anniversary tour of Jesus Christ Superstar under the name of James T. Justice. Oh my god. His fucking stage name is Justice. And he's playing the role of Judas. He's also performed on Broadway in Kinky Boots, Ada, Ragtime, and Smokey Joe's Cafe, according to his cast bio, which he said is also a published poet who's working on a book called History, or His Story. Prosecutors said he's also regularly performs as a Michael Jackson impersonator and described himself on his YouTube page as one of the top Michael Jackson tribute artists. Law enforcement, during their investigation into Beeks twice, observed him perform in Jesus Christ Superstar earlier this month. Oh god, this is my tax money at work. The show traveled to Milwaukee this week, according to the tour's website. Beeks was arrested there Thursday after he made his initial court appearance in East District of Wisconsin. He was released later that day. It's unclear if Beeks has a lawyer. Organizers of Jesus Christ Superstar did not immediately respond to the request for comment Wednesday. Beeks also did not respond to a message seeking comment. Yeah, no shit. God damn it, now I've just got Bad by Michael Jackson stuck in my head. And there are no comments. Couple has sex in cop car, records video for OnlyFans, cops say. So if I subscribed to that OnlyFans, censored the screen, censored the audio, and still reacted to it live on stream, could I write that off as a business expense? Because that would be really fucking funny. Also, what the fuck is wrong with her makeup? It looks awful. A Florida couple was charged for having oral sex in the back of a police car last week. Florida Highway Patrol troopers stopped Jordan Nora, 24, who allegedly driving his black BMW on a suspended license. He offered to give him and his passenger, Summerjoy Watkins, also 24, a ride to a gas station since the car was being towed. After they were put in the back of a squad car, cops she said, "Baby, we should record an OnlyFans video back here," according to the warrant obtained by the smoking gun. Watkins then allegedly asked the cop, "What if I suck his dick back here?" "I told her she couldn't do that," Trooper J.D. Perez Morales wrote in the arrest report, but she later asked again, according to the New York Post. Again, after saying no, the officers let them alone in the back of the car for a few minutes, and they went through with it. Noah recorded the act on his phone, yelling, "Can y'all hear me? She's sucking dick in the back of a state trooper right now," the report said. Nora then made a video call, Watkins bragged. "I just sucked his dick in the back of a police car," the report claimed. The officer dropped off Watkins before seeing the footage that was recorded on his in-vehicle camera. He went straight back and arrested her. She was released on a $1,000 bond and is scheduled for arraignment on December 16th. Noah has been arrested on several charges, including indecent exposure. He is freed on bond until his December 13th arraignment. Oh, God. That is the most trashy fucking Florida man story I've ever seen. And last week we covered Gandalf the Meth. What? I mean, I appreciate the zero regrets faces. Yeah. Are you sure that's not Michael Jackson? Because I'm not. Nah, MJ was the last guy. The smoking gun arrest report is worth the read. The defendant can be heard saying "fuck 5-0" while giving oral sex. I can see them getting arrested on purpose just to do that. Yeah. This is disgusting, and I demand to see the video. I'd spend anywhere less than $9 to see the video. Then his girlfriend gives moonwalk. Shimon! Some opportunities you only get once in life. Carpe diem. Yeah, this guy gets it. I feel like he's looking straight through the camera at me saying, "Goddamn right I did." That does look like the face of a man who just got his dick sucked. That looks like the face of a woman who had no... He just spit it out and had to swallow instead. Oh, fucking God. I wish I had this fucking charisma. The sheer cojones on this man. Oh, God damn it. This is the fucking bird from last week. God damn it, I already read that one. This is the same Michael Jackson impersonator. Okay. Fuck it. And now, we're gonna read the arrest report. At this moment, I closed the rear door of my patrol vehicle and began to walk away. Shortly after I closed the door, Mr. Now took his penis out of his shorts, and the defendant bent down and began to perform oral sex on Mr. Now for approximately 40 seconds. The prisoner compartment camera captured all events. The defendant can be heard saying "fuck 5-0" while giving oral sex. Mr. Now then can be heard saying, yelling, seen her stroke heard yelling, "Can y'all hear me? She's sucking dick in the back of a state trooper right now." The defendant was performing oral sex on Mr. Now. He can be recording the defendant using a cell phone. At approximately 2:25 a.m., Mr. Now can be seen heard using a FaceTime app to talk to one of his friends. The defendant says, "I just sucked his dick in the back of a..." At approximately 2:33 a.m., Mr. Now was taken out of my patrol vehicle by Trooper, try to pronounce that, and arrested for possession of a controlled substance, promethazine/codeine, found on the vehicle. He later admitted it belonged to him. At approximately 3:04 a.m., I transported the defendant to the Shell gas station where she would make arrangements to be picked up. I arrived at the Shell gas station at approximately 3:09 a.m., and the defendant was dropped off with her belongings without any issue. At approximately 3:16 a.m., I began to check the video footage of both the occupants that were in the rear of my patrol vehicle. It was then discovered that the defendant had performed oral sex on Mr. At approximately 3:18 a.m., I began driving back to the Shell gas station where I had dropped her off. At approximately 3:19, the defendant was arrested for lewd and lascivious behavior, stroke peace, and placed back in the rear of my patrol car vehicle. At 3:32 a.m., I began to make my way to the TNC Towing, located at blah 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 address, to drop off her belongings. Upon arrival, her bags, which contained miscellaneous clothing, were placed inside the black BMW they had been towed from now. Inside was a gray bag. Inside a gray bag was an Apple iPad. At approximately 3:51 a.m., I began to transport the defendant to Collier County Jail. I then arrived at the jail at approximately 3:59, and I then transferred custody of the defendant to the Collier County Corrections deputies. Good lord, how have we had two different equally ridiculous sex perverts this? Because between this and the naked woman who was just breaking into people's houses and hugging them, I don't know how we're going to top this. How did he not know about shit was going on in his car? He had stepped out of the vehicle for a moment. Yeah, because at the very start of the arrest report, at the moment I closed the rear door of my patrol vehicle and began to walk away. Shortly after I closed the door, Mr. Now took his penis out. It would have been really funny, though. Florida man tried to pay for McDonald's with bag of weed, police say. Police were alerted to Anthony Andrew Gallagher's offer early Sunday morning and got a description of him from the worker. Again, I have to keep hammering this fucking point home. Never trust someone with two first names. This is a running theme here, and I should probably go ahead and add that to the list of rules because it keeps coming up. Port St. Lucie, Florida. Police say a 23-year-old man went through a McDonald's drive-thru and tried to pay for his order with a bag of marijuana. Well, I hope he wasn't expecting change because you can't break weed with 100. News outlets report Port St. Lucie police say the fast food worker denied to trade, and Anthony Andrew Gallagher drove off only to return again a short while later. Police arrested him Sunday on charges of marijuana possession and driving under the influence. Police were alerted to Gallagher's offer early Sunday morning and got a description of him from the worker. They say a suspect matching his description went through the drive-thru a little while later, and the police approached him. It's unclear if Gallagher attempted to pay for his order with the drug the second time. It's also unclear if he has a lawyer. Yeah, this guy's high as shit right now. Look at him. Look at his fucking... Bro, you make my fucking hair look good. Because at least my hair goes in every direction and looks like shit. Or is this just going off to the side like it's being fucking pulled off screen? You look dumb. Get a haircut, you hippie, and shave the fucking mustache. Everyone knows you trade weed for pizza. Calm down there, Seth Rogen. MC Donald's, my new rap name. That's actually pretty good. I wonder if that's been taken. Wait a minute. Wait a Yeah, we already read this one last week, so we can see that. From Lake Mary, Florida, Deltona man. Deltona man caught filling up skirts of undercover agent, deputies say. A Deltona man is facing a charge of video voyeurism after deputies said he was caught filming up the skirt of an undercover law enforcement officer. Authorities say Brian Allen Barkley, 37, again, 2 first names, 2 stories in a row, had been suspected of filming under the women's skirts and dresses at a Home Depot in Lake Mary. Why Home Depot? Why the fuck are you doing this at a Home Depot? Fuck off. This prompted an investigation involving the placement of an undercover agent in the store while the officer with the agent wearing a short dress. According to investigators on Monday at around 10 a.m., Barclay was spotted following the undercover agent down an aisle of the store and was near her as she bent over. The defendant was holding his cell phone in his hand. The defendant then squatted down low and appeared to use his cell phone in an effort to capture a video or picture of the undergarments underneath the undercover agent's dress without her permission, an arrest affidavit read. I like how they specify without her permission. Like, if he had asked and he said yes, it would have been fine. I feel like if she had said yes, and then that would have been entrapment, though. Barclay then left the store but was stopped outside by investigators who were allowed to search his phone, they said. The defendant admitted to taking a picture of the undercover agent. The defendant stated he deleted the picture shortly after taking it, and he admitted what he had done was wrong and apologized for it. The arrest read. Investigators said upon searching Barclay's phone, they discovered another video taken in the garden section of the store of an unknown woman who was wearing a short skirt. Barclay has since bonded out of jail, and if you believe you may have been a victim in this investigation, contact the Seminole County Sheriff's Office at 407-665-6650. For 1 digit off. Well, I guess 100 digits off, but yeah, you know what I mean. A classy, Deltona. Florida man tries to trade in vehicle he stole from the same dealership, police say. Lake City, Florida. A Florida man tried to trade in a vehicle from the same dealership he had stolen it from, police said. Lake City police responded to a report of a stolen vehicle at a Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership on Monday. A WTLV TV reported. Employees told officers that a man was trying to trade in a vehicle for a new one, but upon checking the VIN number, they found the vehicle was stolen from the dealership's lot a few days earlier. The man admitted to stealing the vehicle, police said, adding the crime was captured on the dealership's surveillance system, and he was arrested on charges including grand theft of a motor vehicle and criminal mischief. That's it? Lame. Ugh. Yeah, basically. It's worth a shot. It's foolproof. You already know where they sell cars, and you already know they buy them from someone. That's could be you dashing entrepreneur, you. Do you know how many times I got robbed by a Florida car dealership? Oh, no. Do I want to? Oh, no. We're skipping this. We're skipping this. Florida man, Jesus, breaks out into dance during DUI stop after having too many. A Florida man, Jesus Marquez, 60, was arrested for DUI after telling deputies he had too many and breaking into a dance during a sobriety check. Deputies in Charlotte County received a 911 call about a reckless driver on Saturday and responded to the area of the call. Deputies observed a black BMW struggling to maintain lanes and randomly speeding up and slowing down. Investigators say when the deputy arrived at their emergency to stop at the vehicle, the driver continued for several seconds before finally applying the brake its brakes and swerving in its lane before coming to a complete stop. Deputies asked Marquez if he'd had any alcoholic beverages in that evening. Marquez replied that he had been drinking, that he stated too many before he was stating he was. Investigators say that Marquez could not maintain his balance and rested on the vehicle's stability. At this time, he was asked to complete field sobriety exercises, according to the deputies. Jesus performed poorly in all field sobriety exercises, and during the walk the turn exercise, he began dancing in place and then dance up and down the line as he was asked to walk deputy. I mean, if you're drunk, but you're still so stable enough to walk, I'd say let him go. Because if you're able to walk and stay on your feet while or dance and stay on your feet while drunk, you're doing something right. Jesus was placed under arrest for DUI and transported to Charlotte County Jail. While en route to the jail, he vomited into the patrol car and on himself. Upon arrival, he became belligerent and refused to provide a breath sample. He is currently out on bond in the amount of $1,500. And they're no. But hey, you know what they say? Nobody fucks with the Jesus. I should read. It's been a good movie. Florida man Paul Mitchell, 2 first names, arrested after sushi flipping rampage. What? Florida man is at it again, this time for going on a sushi throwing rampage in a hibachi buffet line. According to the arrest affidavit, Mitchell, 52, entered the hibachi buffet in Pinellas Park and was not happy at all to see the sushi he wanted on Saturday was not being served. Police say that Mitchell became angry and started flipping several plates of sushi that were on the hibachi buffet line. Investigators say that Mitchell then walked to the front of the store and that he battered the store manager who was recording the sushi flipping escapade. Mitchell was then arrested by Pinellas Park police and charged with simple battery and criminal mischief with damage to property of $250. Why, Santa Claus? Why? Why do you do this? It's just fish. I saw sushi flipping rampage at Coachella last year. They were alright. Who hasn't got on a rampage at a buffet when they run out of shrimp sushi? Draw your pistols, man, and the dragon roll is off the menu. How far the great hairdresser has fallen. This fish is raw! It's bloody fucking raw! Same story again. Why is it so hard to not show people your penis? For fuck's sake. Look, I've done entire streams not wearing fucking pants. Or underwear for that matter. All I was wearing was a goddamn shirt. And you still didn't see my dick. Good luck figuring out which stream it was. It was sometime in the past 3 months. Not even a joke, by the way. St. Pete landlord exposed himself to delivery drivers, complaint says. St. Petersburg, a decade ago, as downtown was poised for a business and cultural renaissance, a young real estate developer bought one of the district's more prominent buildings. The historic Crest building sits at the northeastern corner of Central Avenue and 5th Street North, 4 stories above the intersection that, these days, is decorated with a bright rainbow mural. 26, Samuel Ramsey had big dreams for the property. I'm going to make it more attractive, he said at the time. I'm going to be more aggressive. In the years after he bought it, he appeared online as a man about town. Sponsored event for his alumni association of his alma mater, the prestigious Canterbury School. He bought more properties around the city, plus $1 million house in Tierra Verde. His Facebook friends list and photos include a handful of local politicians. More recently, he developed another reputation, whispered among service industry workers and tenants of his property, and backed up by a long, winding trail of court records. 6 people accused him of inappropriate sexual behavior between July of 2019 and April 2020, police and court records show. 4 were food delivery drivers who said that he was naked when they arrived at the Crest building. Another woman who lived in one of the buildings said he pressured her to send him nude photos and have sex with him. He fell behind on rent. Another accuser was his ex-wife, who told the police she found troubling videos on his computer involving her on from the pedophile, if you don't. This one is from last week. Cheese with mold, filthy slicers, and bird excrement at the Fresh Market in Miami Beach. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't moldy cheese supposed to be good? What's the problem here? Moldy food, flying insects, and animals out of control, and unclean equipment caused the Fresh Market in South Beach to fail its most recent Florida Department of Agriculture posted inspection. 2 out of 3 ain't bad unless you're talking failed inspections at the Fresh Market, 1800 West Avenue, has failed 2 of its last 3 inspections. In addition to the November 8th, it also failed an August 17, 2020 inspection and then passed on August 1st. The first violation, detailed by Inspector Simeon Carrero, is several pieces of in-house cut cheese with some white mold growing on the cheese inside a cold deli case. Cheese got trashed. Pigeons proliferate on the outside patio, sometimes hanging on tables where people eat. The patio is now closed for what a sign says are scheduled maintenance and upgrade. Perhaps that is something to do with Inspector Carrero's observing customer sitting area with no overhead protection inadequate, and also bird excrement throughout the outdoor servicing. While there is a presence of birds and not controlling them outside, the back room has several glue boards with dead flies and roaches not being removed. The bakery and produce areas, the inspector saw several flies in the processing area. Slicers and grinders are supposed to be cleaned and sanitized every 4 hours. The produce department, the pineapple cutting machine had old soil buildup. The large grinder in the meat department had been washed for over 24 hours, and in the deli department, industrial can opener had old soil buildup because it hadn't been cleaned in over 4 hours. At the popular hot counter, where food should be kept at or above 135 degrees to keep them from being bacteria farms, salmon steaks, pork roast, and mashed potatoes that have been there for more than 2 hours range from 116 to 123 degrees. In a meat department display case, the raw chicken sausage was touching raw pork sausage, and all of the sausage followed the moldy cheese into the garbage. During the inspection, apparently the store remained free of the dogs that Sunset Harbor area residents regularly bring into the store. Man, I like going to Fresh Market. There's a Fresh Market right up the road for me that's very nice, and I like the people that work there, and they feed my jelly bean addiction. I'm glad I don't go to this one. Fucking hell. Florida man has a robust immune system and gut flora. Do you charge extra for the extra flavor? We've got 2 Capitol riot stories this week, apparently. And one of them is the best guy because it's the one who stole the fucking lectern. Rest in peace, man. You're gonna die in prison because this is a political show trial, but Godspeed. Florida man spotted with Nancy Pelosi's lectern pleads guilty. Florida man photographed carrying the lectern belonging to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office at the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th insurrection pleaded guilty on Monday for his part in the riot. Adam Johnson, 36, pled guilty in Washington federal court to 1 count of entering or remaining in a restricted building, according to court records. Sentencing guidelines in the plea agreement call for up to 6 months in prison for the parish man, but a judge will make a final decision at the hearing scheduled for February. Oh, that's not that bad. A plea agreement recommended that Johnson pay $500 restitution for his share of the damage. Prosecutors have said the riot caused nearly $1.5 million in damage to the U.S. Capitol. I mean, 1.5 million and he only cost $500 worth of damage? Honestly, that's probably just because he dinged up the lectern on a corner of some kind. Let's be honest. Because this thing looks awkward as hell to carry. So I'm sure it got bumped into a few things. Authorities say Pelosi's offices were among those breached by the mob objecting to the Democratic President Joe Biden's election victory over former President Donald Trump. 5 people died in the violence. A photo that circulated around the world after the event shows a grinning, waving man identified as Johnson carrying the lectern through the Capitol Rotunda with his clearly visible words, "Seal the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives." In the photo, Johnson is wearing a knit cap that says Trump on it. The second photo shows Johnson posing with a sign at the Capitol saying "Closed to all tours." Johnson was quickly identified by acquaintances through social media, according to the FBI. He was arrested 2 days after the riot. The wooden lecterns, valued at $1,000, was later recovered undamaged in a hallway on the Senate side of the Capitol, officials said. I mean, this is just funny. It's not like he hurt anyone. He just pissed off Pelosi. And let's be honest, does anyone like Nancy Pelosi? She's Skeletor in a skirt. I mean, honestly, for 6 months in prison and a $500 fine, gonna be honest, I might go in on it too. I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, it's 6 months in a federal prison, but this picture is gonna be in fucking history books. Let's be honest. It's gonna be that, and it's gonna be the picture of the guitarist of Iced Earth pointing down the hallway. Those are gonna be like the 2 lasting pictures of this that are gonna be in history books for the next 300 years. I'd say that's worth it. Hey, good, bad. At least he's gonna be remembered. Bitch, don't fix my food. Florida woman arrested for pulling a gun at a Popeyes drive-thru. Okay. So I just saw this headline here on the side. I know that MTG is referring to Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I read that as Magic the Gathering, and I was just very confused for longer than I want to admit. A Florida woman has been arrested after pulling a gun on an employee while at a Popeyes drive-thru window. According to the police, the woman identified as 26-year-old Chelsea Ariel Chambray Lumpkin. Again, 2 first names. Was in line at the Popeyes drive-thru. A disagreement broke out with an employee. Lumpkin requested another employee fix her or prepare her order. According to investigators, at some point during the argument, Lumpkin pulled out a firearm, waving in the air, saying, "Bitch, don't fix my food." Investigators located the handgun in Lumpkin's purse, but noted the woman did not have a concealed carry license. Lumpkin, 26 of Alachua, was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. I feel like he should also be charged with possessing a gun without a proper license. Because that's illegal possession of a firearm. The smile said she'll do it again ASAP. Yeah, rubbing a chicken stand isn't very lucrative. I know it was stressful having a gun pulled on you, but we're going to have you stay late because you fell behind today. I'm not saying she's right, but I understand. This is just Lectern guy again. This is the naked landlord again. Florida man spits food into woman's mouth during road rage incident, deputies say. David Paul Whipperman, two first names, 61, arrested in Largo incident. Largo, Florida. A man is accused of spitting food into a woman's mouth following a road rage. Pinellas County Sheriff's deputies say David Paul Whitman, 61, arrested him Thursday on felony battery charges in the October 29th incident. An arrest report says that actually might be Wiperman, got into a road rage incident with a woman that evening. He got out of his truck and approached the woman's vehicle, deputies say. He rolled down her window and apologized to Wiperman. The reports say that Wiperman spat the food he was chewing at her, then opened the door and screamed at her arrest. The Tampa Bay Times reports it is clear why it took several weeks. Wiperman remained in jail Friday morning. Jail records show he doesn't have a lawyer. Why am I just picturing a mama bird feeding her chicks? Like, where they just... Wow. Shit, I almost threw up there. Whoops. That time. You ever been so angry you made someone else eat the bite of food you just had in your mouth? Me either. It's called baby birding, by the way, and yes, it's a real fetish. Or so I've heard. Florida man angrily shares his roadside picnic. Hey now, no kink shaming. Florida man says wind blew cocaine into his car. Crack pipe also found during traffic stop, police say. That darn wind is always causing trouble, especially for Florida man. A man pulled over by police in Fort Pierce last month claimed the cocaine residue found inside a Budweiser can along with a crack pipe was blown there by the wind, according to news sister station WPLG. Police noticed Joseph Zach, 37, again, two first names, appeared to be trying to discard an item when he was stopped for failing to pause at a stop sign, the smoking gun reports. When cops asked Zach about the white residue inside the can, and which eventually tested positive for crack cocaine, he told them, police or the wind must have just placed it there. Zach was arrested or jailed. Now, see, if he wasn't white, I'd believe the police putting the crack there, because... on. These aren't my drugs. I don't even know where they came from. If you believe that, I have a bridge I'd like to tell you. So he was smoking crack out of a Budweiser can? Yeah. That's not my Coke. It came with the car. Acceptable excuse in Chicago. I think we've read this one. Nope, this is a different one. A Florida man flashed police lights for a traffic stop, cops say, but he's not a cop. Ford F-150 who flashed red and blue lights at another driver to make a traffic stop Thursday night. I not only wasn't a law enforcement officer, but didn't have a valid driver's license. That's according to Volusia County Sheriff's Office and an off-duty sergeant. The Port Orange driver of the pickup truck, 54-year-old Joseph Mercier, insisted he didn't try to pull anybody over. And when asked by arresting deputies why he flashed the red and blue lights on his truck at another driver, Mercier said, I don't know, I'm just being an idiot, but I never pulled anybody over. As of Friday afternoon, Mercier remains in Volusia County Corrections custody on charges of falsely impersonating a law enforcement officer, driving on license has been canceled, suspended, or revoked, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Bond is set at $21,000. The sheriff's office says an off-duty sergeant was heading north on South Nova Road around 7:35 p.m. when he saw the silver Ford truck with the Florida Sheriff's Association front license plate flashing red and blue lights at the dock colored passenger car. The sergeant says he swung around and got behind the F-150 to get its plate, but the driver turned behind a building to keep the plate from the sergeant's view. Deputies contacted the sergeant, identified by Mercier as the truck's owner, and he's not a sheriff's deputy or officer. He was arrested around 10:15 p.m.
Okay. How many people did you pull over?
Who? I never pulled anybody over. I swear to God, I never pulled anybody over.
So you tell me, when I go start looking in this truck, you don't have
There's a thing right there, but I never pulled anybody
a thing
over.
what?
I swear to God, there's a light thing on the front, on the bottom, right near the plate, but I never pulled anybody over.
You don't have red or blue lights in this car?
There are in there, but I didn't put them on. I just put them on, but I didn't put them on.
Why did you put them on?
I don't know. I was just being an idiot, thinking I'm better than something different, but I never pulled anybody over. I swear to God.
Okay, nope. Gonna nope right the fuck out of there. I'm imagining him flashing his cop lights to pull over a cop car. Yeah, probably. He didn't even have a driver's license. Wonder why he lost it. Yeah. I mean, at least that guy admitted to being an idiot. Same story. Minute. Yeah, we read this one last week. NBPD. Jacksonville man arrested after slamming into police cruiser, charged with DUI. Neptune Beach, Florida. Drunk driver was arrested last weekend after slamming into a police cruiser while it was on its way to the scene of another crash. On Sunday, November 12th, officers were on the A1A near 3rd Street at the scene of a crash that had shut down all northbound lanes of traffic. According to the Neptune Beach Police Department, during the traffic investigation, a white Honda Accord driven by Frank Stevenson, 51, barreled into the passenger side of the patrol vehicle. In a Facebook post following the incident, NBPD urged the drivers to be careful, remain attentive, and never drink and drive. Stevenson was charged with DUI. He pled guilty and was sentenced to 1 day in jail and 6 months probation, according to the court records. God damn. That's the face of a man who just realized that wasn't a fart and now has something warm and wet running down the back of his leg. Ew. Oh my god, I didn't even read the fucking headline yet. I'm just looking at this beautiful picture. Look at this guy. Oh. Zoom. Okay, let's see what this is about. Florida man steals bucket truck so he, quote-unquote, didn't have to walk home, police say. A man has been arrested in Florida for stealing a truck and dragging its driver along the ground. Police say his reason for taking the vehicle was that he didn't want to walk home. The incident took place in Bunno, Florida, October 6th, and it began when Flagler County Sheriff's Office responded to the call about a carjacking. Powerline crew was driving a bucket truck on State Road 100 West in Bunnell when they were noticed an unknown male in the back of the truck. Fuck, the sheriff's office said in a statement. The victim in the following truck stated the male refused to exit the back of the bucket truck and notified the company about the situation. Bucket truck is equipped with an in a video of the incident released by the sheriff's department, Deputies who arrive on the scene appear to wake the suspect, who initially seems very groggy, but then before abruptly running away. The suspect, who was subsequently identified as Eric Marcotte, then got into the victim's vehicle and started to drive away. The victim attempted to grab the steering wheel and was dragged about 50 feet before releasing his grip and rolling into a ditch as the vehicle fled, the sheriff's department said. The worker, despite ending up in a ditch, was uninjured. The suspect managed to get away, at least for a while. A few hours later, authorities found the stolen truck abandoned about 20 miles away in Ormond Beach, and then the next day they located Marcotte in Volusia County and arrested him an outstanding warrant for a violation of probation. During questioning, Marcotte said he stole the bucket truck because he didn't want to walk all the way back to Volusia County where he resides, the sheriff's department had said. Marcotte is no stranger to law enforcement. He's been previously charged in Volusia County for burglary, petty theft, loitering, and prowling, grand theft of a motor vehicle, resisting officer without and with violence, battery, liquor possession under 21, arrest, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, violation of probation, and robbery in Ohio. Marcotte is being held in Volusia County Branch Jail, pending extradition to Flagler County, where he will face charges of carjacking, theft of a motor vehicle, and grand theft. That fucking picture, man. I mean, at least he didn't have to walk. Yeah, but unfortunately, you're both a communist and a socialist, so you're wrong. And that was the last story of the week, because I'm not touching this one because it's not funny. God damn, these streams just keep getting shorter and shorter. Bro, I went through all of this shit in an hour. Like, god damn it. And then all these are from last week. Well, fuck. I really didn't plan to be over this quickly. I had a good 30 tabs, but they were all incredibly short stories. So, yeah. As always, if you want to go back and review the various news articles I cover, I edit down the stream and I upload them all to this channel. And I guess I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get out of here. We're back with Toho Luna Nights tomorrow. We'll finish that on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be starting a different game because I was financially bribed to do so. And if you ever want me to do anything, bribe me with cash. I didn't stutter. But until then, I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to get out of here. I have some weeds I've got to go pull in my backyard anyway. So I'll see you guys later. Damn, the stream is really far behind. Like a full minute behind. Wow. What the fuck? I mean, I'm just gonna leave it running then.